release of the latest population growth data for the year to March 2012 confirms the pressure that REIWA is seeing on rental markets across Western Australia, as something like 1,000 people a week arrive into WA from both overseas and interstate. The latest figures indicate the growth rate for the year to March 2012 was 3.1%, or some 73,000 people, and this compares with 2.3% or 53,000 people for the same time for the year before. And while this record growth rate is significant, we have seen it before in the year to December 2008. But the difference now is that the property market was able to absorb that growth in 2008, where we had a lot of stock left over after the building boom. We had listings in Perth at around about 18,000, and we saw a vacancy rate climbing to 4.7% in December 2009. Now in 2012, what we have seen is the vacancy rate fall to 1.8%, and our listings are down at 10,800. And so clearly the capacity to absorb this very strong level of population growth, the markets will struggle. So the demand for rental properties from new arrivals has pushed the Perth vacancy rate down to 1.9% across 2012. And of course what this is doing, once we're below our 3% equilibrium, is starting to see serious pressure on rents, which have risen something like 14% to $450 a week in the year to September. And so with this very tight rental market, what's it also meant for the rest of the property market? I think it's worth looking at. The Perth housing market, what we've seen in our latest data for the September quarter, when we look at the graphic, we can actually see that we saw a continued fall of sales in the month of September, another 8% fall on August. And we can also see that the median price continued to be volatile across the past 3 months. However, the upside is we've seen a 19% increase in sales in the month of October, and this is a massive turnaround with something like 28% higher than we were this time in 2011. And importantly, we're also seeing an increase in the median price for October, it's suggesting we're now starting to see a bit of a shift in the market, which has, up till this point in time, been dominated by first-home buyers. And so turning to first-home buyers, what we'll see is when we look at the latest data from the Office of State Revenue, that we can see that first-home buyers buying established property have been on a very strong upward trend when we look at the blue line on our graphic since September 2010. And this has been the strongest non-stimulatory growth phase that the market has experienced. But importantly, it's not just been the established market. What we are starting to see now for the last few quarters is also an increase in grant applications for first-home buyers wanting to build a new property. And so this is again important because these are people that are trying to escape the increasing rents that Perth is experiencing. The other impact of the first-home buyers shifting into the market away from the rental sector has been a decline in the amount of property available in the market. At the end of June, we saw something like just over 12,000 properties available in the Perth market, and that declined to something like 10,300 at the end of September. We have seen a slight recovery in the month since, and we were sitting at some 10,900 at the end of October. And that's surprising because given that the increase in sales activity that we saw in October, it does suggest there is new property starting to flow into the marketplace. So in summary, the WA property market has got through its winter hibernation in pretty good shape, but the rental market is still going to be the pressure point as WA continues to soak up very high levels of population growth.